Life doesn't ask for permission. It just happens. One moment, you're walking a steady path, and the next, the ground crumbles beneath your feet. You stumble. You fall. And when you hit the bottom, it feels endless. The air is heavy. The silence deafening. All you can hear is the echo of what you've lost. But hear me clearly. Rock bottom isn't your grave. It's your foundation. Pain is a cruel teacher, but it's also the most honest. It doesn't sugarcoat. It doesn't lie. It strips you bare, forces you to confront every flaw, every fear, every weakness. You hate it, but you can't deny it. Pain doesn't just show you who you are. It shows you who you could be. Stronger, wiser, unbreakable. That's the gift it leaves behind, but only if you're willing to take it. The world will try to convince you to stay down. People will tell you that you've had enough, that it's okay to stop, that you're not obligated to keep going. Don't listen to them. They don't know your fight. They don't understand your fire. You're not here to meet their expectations or seek their approval. You're here to outlast, to overcome, to prove that nothing, no failure, no betrayal, no heartbreak can destroy you. Your scars are a testament to survival. They tell a story not of defeat, but of resilience. Every line etched into your skin, every ache in your soul, every crack in your heart, they're proof that you've endured what others couldn't. They wanted you to break, and maybe you did. But broken isn't the same as beaten. Remember that. You may be scarred, but you're still standing. And as long as you're standing, you're dangerous. The past is seductive, isn't it? It whispers sweet lies in your ear, tempting you to look back, to relive what was, to dwell on what could have been. But the past is a thief. It steals your focus, your energy, your hope. Don't let it. Don't let yesterday rob you of tomorrow. The only way to beat it is to keep moving forward. One step, then another, until the whispers fade. There's no justice in life, no fairness, no guarantees. The world doesn't care about your pain. It doesn't care about your dreams. It doesn't care about you. And that's exactly why you have to care. About yourself, about your fight, about what you're building, even if no one else sees it yet. The world doesn't owe you anything, but you owe yourself everything. You'll feel alone. That's inevitable. This path you're on, it's not for the weak. It's not for the faint-hearted. It's for warriors. And warriors don't travel in packs. They walk their own roads, fight their own battles, carry their own burdens. Don't let the loneliness fool you into thinking you're lost. You're not lost. You're focused. You're exactly where you need to be. Regret will try to chain you. It'll replay every mistake, every missed opportunity, every failure. It'll make you question your worth, your choices, your future. But regret is a liar. It doesn't tell the whole story. It doesn't show the lessons you've learned, the strength you've gained, the resilience you've built. Cut those chains. Free yourself. The only thing regret deserves is to be left behind. Forgiveness isn't weakness. It's freedom. Not for them, but for you. You don't forgive to let them off the hook. You forgive to unburden yourself, to release the poison that's been eating away at your soul. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean reconciling. It means choosing peace over bitterness, growth over stagnation, the future over the past. Forgive, not because they deserve it, but because you do. Fear will never leave you completely. It's always there, lurking in the shadows, waiting for the moment you hesitate. But fear is nothing more than a phantom. It has no substance, no power, unless you give it. Face it, challenge it, conquer it. Fear feeds on doubt, so starve it with action. Every time you move forward, even when you're scared, you prove fear wrong, and that's how you win. Doubt is insidious. It doesn't scream, it whispers. It tells you you're not good enough, not strong enough, not ready. It's the voice that makes you second guess every decision, every step, every dream. Silence it. Not with words, but with action. Show yourself what you're capable of. Prove doubt wrong, not by arguing with it, but by doing the very thing it says you can't. The road ahead is unforgiving. It's steep, rocky, treacherous. You'll stumble, you'll fall, you'll want to turn back, but every step you take is a victory. Every inch forward is progress. The climb is worth it, not because of what's at the top, but because of what you become in the process. Keep climbing, keep pushing, keep fighting. The only way out is through. They'll watch you. The doubters, the naysayers, the ones who thought you'd fail, let them. Let them see what resilience looks like. Let them see what happens when someone refuses to quit. You don't need their approval. You don't need their applause. Their opinions don't define you. You define you. And you're not here to please them. You're here to surpass them. You're not the same person you were before, and that's a good thing. Change is survival. Adaptation is strength. The version of you that trusted too easily, that gave too much, that bent until they broke, that version is gone. What's left is someone harder, sharper, more determined. You don't owe anyone an explanation for your evolution. Let your actions speak for you. The pain you've endured, it wasn't for nothing. It shaped you, molded you, forged you. Pain is the fire, and you are the steel. Stronger than before, sharper than ever. You've been tested, and you've proven that you can't be destroyed. Not by life, not by loss, not by anyone or anything. Wear your pain like armor. Let it protect you, but never define you. There will be days when the weight feels unbearable, when the fight seems endless, when the darkness threatens to consume you. That's when you dig deep. That's when you find the fire inside you, the one they tried to extinguish. Stoke it, feed it. Let it blaze so bright that it burns through the darkness. You are not your pain. You are what comes after. Keep moving, even when it hurts, especially when it hurts. Pain is temporary. Regret is forever. Every step forward, no matter how small, is progress, and progress is power. The moment you stop moving is the moment you start dying. Don't let the world take one more thing from you. Not your hope, not your strength, not your future. Eyes forward, always forward. The past is a trap, a quicksand that will swallow you whole if you let it. The only way to escape is to keep moving. Don't look back. Don't dwell on what's gone. Don't mourn what could have been. Focus on what's ahead. The future is waiting, and it's yours for the taking. Every time you think about quitting, remember this. You didn't come this far to stop now. Look at everything you've survived. Look at the battles you fought. Look at the nights you thought would never end but did. You're still here. You're still breathing. That means you've got something left to give. The fight isn't over until you decide it is. So don't. Don't quit. Don't surrender. The people who hurt you, the ones who doubted you, the ones who left you in the cold, they don't deserve your energy. They don't deserve your anger. Let them stay where they are, in your past. Carrying them with you only slows you down. Forgive them if you need to. Not because they deserve it, but because you deserve to be free. Let them go. They're not your burden anymore. Strength isn't about never falling. It's about getting up every time you do. It's about refusing to stay down, no matter how many times life knocks you over. You've fallen before, haven't you? And yet, here you are, standing, breathing, fighting. That's strength. That's resilience. And no one can take that from you. The road ahead won't be easy. You already know that. But easy was never the goal. Easy doesn't build character. Easy doesn't forge strength. Easy doesn't create warriors. What you're walking through right now, the pain, the struggle, the uncertainty, it's making you into something unstoppable. Every step forward is a testament to your resilience. People will try to tell you who you are. They'll try to box you in, define you, limit you. Don't let them. You're not who they think you are. You're not who they remember. You're not even the person you were yesterday. You're evolving, growing, transforming into someone they can't even begin to understand. And that's exactly how it should be. You'll face moments of doubt. That's inevitable. But doubt doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're human. The key is not to let it stop you. Feel the doubt, acknowledge it, and then move past it. Action kills doubt. Every step forward, every decision, every small victory chips away at the voice in your head that says you can't. Show yourself what's possible. Regret is a thief. It steals your present by chaining you to your past. Don't let it win. You've made mistakes. Everyone has. But mistakes don't define you. What you do next does. The past is a lesson, not a life sentence. Learn from it, then leave it where it belongs. The only thing you need to carry forward is the wisdom it gave you. Fear is your companion now. It walks beside you, whispers in your ear, tries to pull you back. But fear isn't your enemy. It's a signal. It tells you where the edges are, where the risks lie, where the growth happens. Lean into it. Step toward it. Every time you face fear, you take its power away. And with every step forward, you grow stronger. You're not alone, even if it feels that way. There are others fighting their own battles, climbing their own mountains, carrying their own burdens. You may not see them, but they're out there. Draw strength from that. Remember that this fight, this journey, is bigger than just you. Every step you take inspires someone else to take theirs. The world is a cruel, chaotic place. It doesn't hand out second chances. It doesn't reward kindness or effort. It rewards persistence, determination, resilience. The ones who win are the ones who refuse to give up, no matter how hard it gets. Be one of them. Be the one who keeps going, no matter what. Let go of the need for validation. You don't need anyone to tell you you're doing enough. You don't need anyone to approve of your path. The only approval you need is your own. Look in the mirror. That's your competition. That's the person you're fighting for. Every step forward is for them, not for anyone else. Your journey won't look like anyone else's, and that's okay. Comparison is a trap. It robs you of your focus, your energy, your drive. Stop looking at what others are doing. Their path isn't yours. Stay in your lane. Focus on your own growth, your own progress, your own fight. The only person you need to be better than is the person you were yesterday. You'll stumble. You'll make mistakes. You'll fall short. That's part of the process. Failure isn't the end. It's the beginning. It's where growth happens, where lessons are learned, where resilience is built. Embrace failure. Use it. Let it teach you what doesn't work so you can figure out what does. Every failure is a step closer to success. The pain you're feeling right now, it's temporary. It doesn't feel that way, does it? It feels endless, suffocating, like it'll never go away. But it will. Pain fades, scars heal. What lasts is the strength you gain from enduring it. Don't let the pain define you. Let it shape you. Let it make you into someone unstoppable. Every day is a battle. Some days you'll win. Some days you'll lose. But the war isn't won in a single fight. It's won through persistence, through showing up every day, through refusing to give up. Even on the days when you feel like you've lost, you're still in the fight. And as long as you're in the fight, you're still a threat. You've got fire in you. You always have. Maybe it's dimmed over the years. Maybe life has tried to extinguish it. But it's still there, waiting for you to feed it. Stoke the flames. Let them burn. Let them fuel you, guide you, drive you forward. Your fire is your power. Don't let anyone or anything put it out. People will doubt you. They'll tell you you're wasting your time, that you'll never make it, that you're not strong enough. Let them talk. Their words mean nothing. They don't see what you see. They don't feel what you feel. They don't know what you're capable of. Prove them wrong, not for them, but for yourself. There will be days when the mirror becomes your enemy, days when you look at your reflection and see nothing but flaws. You'll wonder if you're enough, strong enough, brave enough, worthy enough. Let me tell you something. That reflection isn't the whole story. What you see in the mirror is just a snapshot, not the full picture. The real strength, the real power is what's inside. The part that doesn't crack under pressure. The part that rises when everything else falls apart. You don't have to move mountains today. Some days just showing up is enough. Some days just putting one foot in front of the other is enough. Progress isn't always dramatic. It's not always visible to the outside world, but it's there. In every small decision, in every tiny step forward, in every time you choose to keep going instead of giving up. Celebrate those victories. They're building something unstoppable. The voices in your head, they'll tell you lies, that you're failing, that you're falling behind, that you'll never make it. Those voices don't care about your growth. They don't care about the battles you've already won. Don't let them drown out the truth. You are still here, still fighting, still moving forward. And that alone makes you a force to be reckoned with. The people who walked away from you, they made their choice. Let them go. Stop chasing what doesn't want to be caught. Stop holding on to hands that have already let go of yours. Their absence is not your failure, it's your freedom. It's the space you need to find yourself, to grow, to become who you were meant to be. Fill that space with something better. The path ahead is steep, and the weight you're carrying is heavy. But that weight, that's what's making you stronger. Every burden you carry, every challenge you face, every obstacle you overcome is adding to your strength. It doesn't feel like it now, but one day you'll look back and realize that the weight didn't break you. It built you. You're not here to live someone else's story. You're here to write your own. That story won't be perfect. It'll be messy, chaotic, full of twists and turns and moments where you'll want to throw the pen away. But it'll be yours. No one else can write it for you. No one else can decide how it ends. That power belongs to you, and you alone. People will try to define you by your past, by your mistakes, by your failures. Don't let them. You are not your past. You are not your mistakes. You are not your failures. You are the sum of every lesson you've learned, every battle you've fought, every step you've taken toward becoming who you are today. And who you are today is enough. The climb is hard, but the view from the top is worth it. Not because of the destination, but because of what it took to get there. The sweat, the tears, the pain, the perseverance, it all adds up to something greater. The journey changes you. It transforms you. It makes you into someone who can stand at the top and say, I earned this. When the world feels like it's closing in, when the weight of everything threatens to crush you, remember this: you are stronger than you think. The human spirit is unbreakable. It bends, it cracks, it even shatters, but it always finds a way to piece itself back together. And when it does, it's even stronger than before. Let go of the idea that you have to have it all figured out. Life isn't about having all the answers. It's about asking the right questions. Who do you want to be? What do you want to leave behind? What are you willing to fight for? The answers don't have to come all at once. Just keep asking, and the path will reveal itself. Your past may have shaped you. but it doesn't own you. Every decision you make, every step you take, every choice you embrace, it's rewriting your story. You're not defined by where you've been. You're defined by where you're going. Don't let the shadows of yesterday dim the light of tomorrow. There's no finish line in this journey, no final destination where everything suddenly makes sense. The journey is the point, the struggle, the growth, the victories and the setbacks. They're all part of it. Embrace the process. Learn to love the climb. Because it's in the climb that you discover who you really are. You've been through hell and back. You've faced storms that would have destroyed most people. And yet, you're still standing. That says something. It says you're stronger than the storm. It says you've got a fire in you that can't be extinguished. Never forget that. Never let anyone convince you otherwise. The fight isn't over. It never really is. Life will keep throwing punches, keep testing you, keep pushing you to your limits. But you're not the same person you were before. You're stronger now, wiser, more resilient, and no matter what comes next, you're ready for it. You've survived the worst days of your life. Think about that. The nights you thought would never end. The heartbreak that felt like it would swallow you whole. The failures that crushed your spirit. You endured them all. You didn't think you could, but you did. That's proof of your strength. Proof that no matter what comes next, you'll find a way through it. The future is unwritten. It's a blank page, waiting for you to decide what goes on it. Don't let fear hold the pen. Don't let doubt choose the words. Take control, write boldly, write fiercely, write the story that only you can write. And if the first draft is messy, so what? Life isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Your pain is valid, but it's not permanent. It's a season, not a sentence. Seasons change. The coldest winter eventually gives way to spring, but you have to keep moving to see it. You have to push through the storm to find the sunshine. Don't give up before the seasons turn. The warmth is coming. The light is waiting. Every scar tells a story of survival, of perseverance, of resilience. They're not marks of shame. They're badges of honor, proof that you've been through the fire and came out stronger. Wear them with pride. Let them remind you of what you've overcome. Let them fuel you to keep going, no matter how hard it gets. People will underestimate you. They'll think they know you, think they figured you out. Let them. Their doubt is their weakness, not yours. Use it as fuel. Let their underestimation light a fire in you. Show them what happens when someone refuses to be defined by other people's expectations. Prove them wrong, not with words, but with actions. The world doesn't owe you kindness. It doesn't owe you fairness. It doesn't owe you anything, but that's okay, because you don't need the world's approval to keep going. You don't need its validation to rise. The only thing you need is your own determination, your own grit, your own refusal to quit. That's enough. That's always been enough. The road ahead won't always make sense. There will be twists and turns, dead ends and detours. You'll question if you're on the right path. Wonder if you should turn back. Don't. Trust yourself. Trust the process. The destination isn't always clear, but the journey is what shapes you. And as long as you keep moving, you're on the right track. When the weight feels too heavy, remember that you don't have to carry it all at once. Break it down. Take it piece by piece. Focus on the step in front of you, not the entire journey. Small victories lead to big changes. One step at a time, one day at a time, you'll get there. You always do. Not everyone will understand your journey, and that's okay. It's not their journey. It's not their battle. It's yours. You don't need them to understand. You don't need them to approve. What you need is to keep going, to keep fighting, to keep building the life you deserve. Let their opinions fade into the background noise. You've been hurt before, betrayed, broken, but every time you've rebuilt yourself, stronger, wiser, more resilient. The cracks in your heart aren't weaknesses. They're where the light gets in. They're what make you human, what make you powerful. Don't be ashamed of them. Embrace them. They're a testament to your ability to endure. Regret will try to anchor you to the past, but you don't belong there anymore. The past is gone. It can't be changed, can't be undone. What you can do is choose to let it go. Choose to focus on what's ahead, not what's behind. The future is where your power lies. Don't waste it looking back. When you feel like you're running out of strength, remember this. You've got more in you than you realize. Strength doesn't always roar. Sometimes it's a quiet whisper that says, I'll try again tomorrow. Listen to that voice. Trust it. It's your reminder that even on your worst days, you're still capable of moving forward. The journey is long and the climb is steep, but you're not climbing for the view. You're climbing for what the climb makes of you, for the strength it builds, the lessons it teaches, the resilience it forges. The summit is just a bonus. The real reward is who you become along the way. The fire in you, it's still burning. It might be faint, might be flickering, but it's there. Protect it, nurture it, feed it with every step forward, every small victory, every time you choose to keep going. That fire is your power. It's what sets you apart. It's what will carry you through the darkest nights. You don't have to be fearless. You just have to be brave enough to take the next step. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's moving forward despite it. Feel the fear. Acknowledge it. Then take that step anyway. Because every time you do, you weaken fear's grip on you. And every time you weaken it, you grow stronger. The opinions of others, they don't matter. What matters is how you see yourself. Are you proud of the person you're becoming? Are you doing the work, fighting the fight, staying the course? That's what counts. Not their approval, not their applause. Just your own quiet pride and knowing you're doing what needs to be done. Keep going. Not because it's easy, but because it's worth it. Not because you have to, but because you choose to. Not because anyone is watching, but because you owe it to yourself. Keep going because every step forward is a step closer to the life you deserve. The finish line doesn't exist. There's no point where you'll have it all figured out, where life becomes perfect, where the struggle ends. And that's okay. Life isn't about reaching some mythical destination. It's about the journey, the growth, the fight. Embrace it. Love it. It's what makes you alive. When you stand at the edge of your limits, staring into the abyss, remember this. You've made it through every dark moment you thought would break you. You've risen every time you fell. The scars, the bruises, the battles, they've made you unshakable. So don't look back. The past isn't where you're headed. Keep your eyes forward, your heart steady, and your fire burning, because the road ahead belongs to you, and no one else can walk it but you.